Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a push to rally the world amid a fight for freedom in Ukraine.
All they have left is hope and outrage.
What President Joe Biden's State of the Union address accomplished and why some say it's not enough.
Plus, it's a growing problem for pet owners.
There's clients that have been waiting a very long time to get in just for preventative care.
The steps some local groups are taking to address a shortage in animal care.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany McGraw.
I'm John Carlin. The war in Ukraine is escalating along with the rush to get out.
President Joe Biden vowed to make Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, pay a price for the invasion during his State of the Union address last night.
But as 10 News reporter McKinley Strother explains, the speech was met with a mixed response.
With the world's attention, President Joe Biden entered the chamber Tuesday evening full of yellow and blue, the colors of the Ukrainian flag, voicing America's stance that the Russian invasion was premeditated and totally unprovoked.
He has no idea what's coming.
With economic sanctions already in place, the president announced a ban of Russian flights in U.S. airspace while emphasizing U.S. troops will not fight in Ukraine.
I'm asking, begging, not this country, please, save Ukrainians' life.
The reason it's not a fight, it's not a war, it's a genocide because those Ukrainian people, it's not a fair fight.
War talks were balanced with challenges here at home like the ongoing pandemic and record inflation.
Inflation is robbing them of gains they thought otherwise they would be able to feel. I get it.
Economic growth, job growth, wage and salary growth. Now, those three things come with another challenge, which is price growth, inflation, and that's causing tough times for American families.
While there was much divide, a unifying moment came when POTUS took a tough stance on crime.
The answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund the police.
The answer to soaring gas prices is to reach into the reserves for now, says the president. But it all is too little too late, says Iowa's governor in the GOP response.
Weakness on the world stage has a cost, and the president's approach to foreign policy has consistently been too little, too late.
Ukrainian people are thankful for what President Biden did, but they very having hope that he's going to do more.
All they have left is hope and outrage.
Their message to Russian families tonight.
Do not send your kids to the war. Do not let them die on our land, and do not let die our Ukrainian soldiers.
While that plays out, President Biden praised Americans' resilience and resolve in the end.
The State of the Union is strong because you, the American people, are strong.
McKinley Strother, 10 News, working for you.
A peaceful rally is planned for downtown Roanoke this weekend to show support for the people of Ukraine.
And the partisan divide remains strong here in Virginia. Researchers at Roanoke College asked hundreds of people all across the state about some of the executive actions taken by Governor Glenn Youngkin over the last few months, including controversial issues like mask and vaccine mandates. Well, according to the poll, his approval rating is at 50%. That's similar to former Governor Ralph Northam. And while people are split over the future of the Commonwealth, the poll also found that 67% of Virginians feel the country is headed in the wrong direction.
Governor Youngkin will visit the Hill City later this month. Today, Liberty University announced that the Republican leader will speak at Convocation on March 25th. It will be part of the Helms School of Government's Public Policy Conference.
Let's take a turn now and talk about what a beautiful day we're having. The forecast right now, we've got a look for you right now at our Roanoke Sky Cam. It's that time of year where we can watch the sunset live here on the news, which we like. It's sunny and warm outside
Yes,
today.
But the thing with the Sky Cam, it really doesn't allow you to just truly experience how wonderful today was.
Right. Right, because it was perfect.
It was so great. I mean, there were moments that I just went outside. I just stood outside because it was nice to feel the sunshine and the warmth.
Just soaked it in.
Yeah. Do we? Are we going to continue to have this kind of weather?
Yeah, I think for one more day. Then we're going to have cooler temperatures for one day and more cloud cover Friday, and then by the weekend it really starts to warm things back up again. So Yes, for the most part, to answer your question. All right, if you saw any smoke today in Montgomery or Bath counties, we did have a couple of prescribed burns near Williamsville and also near Caldwell Fields. This is only expected to be a one-day burn. The impact, yeah, you may see or smell smoke, but these are prescribed burns. Keep in mind that we have that burn ban in effect through April the 30th. Open air fires are unlawful until or I should say before 4 p.m. Here's a look at your satellite and radar composite, and you'll notice for us things are quiet. We're going to stay quiet here throughout the course of the evening, but notice this little disturbance towards the Ohio River Valley. This is going to dip to the east, and as it does, the southern periphery may clip Highland and or Bath counties overnight tonight and provide a stray shower. Overall this evening, though, we're just looking at a few clouds. It's going to be very nice. Temperatures are going to fall into the mid to upper 50s by 10. And as we look ahead to Thursday, temperatures start in the 50s with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Overall, on Thursday, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. A little more cloud cover tomorrow than what we had outside today, but we're dry and still breezy at times. Brittany?
Students that fell behind due to the pandemic are still struggling despite being back in the classroom. Test scores from Lynchburg City Schools show some improvements in recent months, but on average, about 50% are below grade level in reading. And that number is closer to 60% when we're talking about math. School leaders say they're focusing on growth.
It's not a learning loss and it's not a drop. It's just that some of the students in that particular grade level are not gaining as quickly as others. It doesn't mean that we can just say, throw our hands up in the air and say, well, we don't need to do anything about it.
LCS has brought in extra tutors. They also offer a summer program for K through 8 that they'll recommend for some students.
Well, it turns out it may take a little longer if your furry friend needs to get a checkup at the doctor because there is a nationwide shortage of veterinarians, and it's taking a toll right here in our area. 10 News reporter Duke Carter is working for you on how a veterinary school in the NRV is hoping and helping to fill the void.
Franklin County Humane Society contains many furry friends.
And this is a handsome guy.
Shelter director Anita Scott says the shelter can host more than 100 dogs and cats, and there's work that needs to get done, like getting them spayed and neutered. But the vet problem, that's causing some issues.
We have been searching for a vet since last August.
To make sure these fur babies are fixed, Scott knows there's a need to fill, so the organization even offered incentives to get vets in the door.
A sign-on bonus for vets, and if they can, if they want to come work one day a week or once a month or once a quarter, if they want to do wellness services or if they want to do spay-neuter, we will take what they have.
Dr. Jackie Peltzer with the Virginia-Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine at Virginia Tech says the pandemic highlighted the issues vets have to deal with. It's why Peltzer says some left the profession completely.
Think about just the care of an animal. That's what we do every day, but then you add on top of that all of the biosecurity, infectious disease protocols that we were having to put in place. That's a lot for individuals to deal with.
During the last year of the 4-year program, students learn how to diagnose and treat animals. Students are also required to know how to work with domestic species, including cattle. It makes the student more competitive when looking for a job.
I started getting offers as early as last summer.
And signed the offer in January. 4th-year student Ian Duty plans to work and serve in his community.
Feels good, especially when you can help people out and help their patients. Because I think a lot of people think that we're in it for the money, but we're really not. We just want to do whatever we can to help.
And make sure furry friends like these can live healthy lives. Reporting, Duke Carter, 10 News, working for you.
Coming up, taking flight for local nonprofits, the easy way you can help support balloons over Rockbridge. Plus,
when you can't hear, it's like a silent world.
A gift many of us take for granted, the foundation that's helping one Roanoke woman's dreams come true.
Volunteers are needed for this year's Balloons Over Rockbridge Festival. The event brings in thousands of people over the summer, giving people a chance to take flight or run in a 5K. Organizers say the money raised benefits local charities.
Striving to be better, striving to do more, and everything that we bring in, the profits that we bring in, we redistribute back to the community, to the local charities. And so this year, we're focusing on that, and we're working with the Virginia Tourism Board, trying to bring more people into the area.
This is the 5th year for the Balloon Festival. The event will be held the first weekend of July.
And a new project's working to address large crowds on the Appalachian Trail. The National Park Service wants your feedback on how to best manage visitors along Virginia's Triple Crown, which includes McAfee Knob, Dragon's Tooth, and Tinker Cliffs. Those are my 3 favorites, right? And they've created a short survey for you to weigh in on things that you want changed, and we've posted a link at WSLS.com. You can also provide input at 2 virtual meetings later this month.
You are looking at a live picture from our Poor Mountain Sky Cam. Wow. Nothing could be prettier than this site right here. Hardly a cloud in the sky, beautiful color. It was a gorgeous day for us on Wednesday. We'll let you know, though, when rain chances increase coming up.
Birds chirping, traffic on the street, family conversations. These are all sounds that most people take for granted.
But now a Roanoke woman will be able to experience all of that thanks to a special gift.
10 News reporter Alyssa Ray was there for that feel-good moment.
Okay, Maricot, is that comfortable?
For the first time in 2 years, Maricot Thatch will be able to hear clearly.
Hearing loss is not a straight line. It's generally different frequencies have different losses.
With the help of Ken Erickson at Miracle Ear,
If you hear it, you need to respond by saying yes loudly.
Maricot's quiet world is now crystal clear.
Like the sounds are more, I think, louder instead of like dense where you can't barely hear them.
Maricot learned of her hearing loss in middle school and has used hearing aids since. But when she lost hers a couple years ago, she's gone without them. Now she's ready to experience all the sounds again.
Go walking in nature and like hear all the different sounds that it goes, like water running, birds chirping, all that.
The Miracle Ear Foundation provides free hearing aids to qualified patients who otherwise can't afford them. Locally, Miracle Ear gave out 22 free hearing aids last year alone.
To be able to do that in conjunction with the foundation and, like I said, work with someone like Maricot, it's an absolutely incredible experience.
With this gift, Maricot is ready to live her life out loud.
When you can't hear, it's like a silent world.
In Roanoke, Alyssa Ray, 10 News, working for you.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Hi there, friends. I'm meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. All is quiet here on the local view. A couple of clouds here or there. Outside of that, it's beautiful outside. Tonight, we're going to have one little disturbance getting a little bit closer to us. May have a stray shower in areas north of I-64. Highland County, you probably have the best chance to see a stray shower or two between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Notice, though, how it's really Highland and Bath County that will see an increasing amount of cloud cover and also the chance for a stray shower. You go south of there, we're going to, I think, be fair most of tonight. Now, as we look ahead to Thursday, that little cold front could provide us the opportunity for additional cloud cover as we head into Thursday. So Thursday's not going to be quite as bright and sunny as what we had outside today. We'll call tomorrow partly to at times mostly sunny. In addition to that, Thursday could be a day where we have a little more cloud cover north and more sunshine to the south. Regardless, Thursday is dry, Thursday night is dry, Friday is dry too, but on Friday we're going to have the wedge in play, which means more cloud cover and a brief cool down. Temperatures will fall from the 60s tomorrow into the 50s on Friday as that east or northeast wind will bank air up against the mountains, trapping it in place. But our next best chance for true rain will come into play for us by the early part of the next week. Okay, so by later Monday night, maybe even into early Tuesday, we will have a better chance for some rain as the pattern will shift a little bit come next week. Downsloping wind, what is that? Well, today we had a westerly wind. Tomorrow we have a northwesterly wind. So downsloping wind will continue into the day tomorrow. Air comes down the mountain, and as air comes down the mountain, it compresses, dries, and warms up. That is one of the reasons why we were so warm today, and one of the reasons why we're going to stay warm as we head into the day tomorrow. You need to know, though, with that easterly component to the wind on Friday, that's the main reason temperatures are going to drop for a brief time. It's 68 right now in Lynchburg, 67 a popular number in Danville, South Boston, also into Roanoke. You're in the upper 50s, Wytheville, Hillsville, and Galax. For tonight, skies are for the most part fair. Again, maybe way up north, a little more cloud cover, even a stray shower, overnight lows 45 to 51. 3-day zone-by-zone forecast. Dry in the NRV for the next 3 days. For the Highlands, your warmest day will be Saturday when you hit the middle 60s. South side, you're in the lower 70s Thursday. Middle 50s Friday, back up into the upper 60s to near 70 on Saturday. For Lynchburg, you are going to have more cloud cover Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but your next rain chance won't come until later Monday. And for the Roanoke Valley, you are looking at temperatures 60s Thursday, 50s Friday, 60s Saturday, 70s Sunday and Monday before we fall into the 50s again 1 week from today. Eric?
All right, coming up, it was a special day for some Glenver football players. Radford goes to overtime at the Big South Tournament, and Malik Willis preps for the NFL Combine this week. How he's blocking out the noise regarding expectations next in sports.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk.
High school football signings from Glenver this afternoon. Dagan Williams and quarterback Aiden Walk heading to Bridgewater. Aiden Custer and Mason Anderson, they'll be teammates at Ferrum College, while the electrifying Kyle Hanks will be in the Hill City playing for Liberty. Congratulations to Coach Clifford and those young men. With Virginia Tech's dominant win over Louisville, they became the first ACC team to start conference play at 2-7 and finish with a winning league record. The Hokies were cohesive in the 75-43 victory after shooting 46%.
We had some better cracks at it tonight and better rhythm. Got a little choppy in the second half. We had a couple of quick shots, but all in all, I thought a pretty complete game both ends.
Understanding what we got on the line, understanding what we're playing for. You know, we're playing for a lot more than just winning against Louisville today. You know, that's a good team. There's a really talented team, but, you know, we got a lot more on the line right now than just that. You know, we're playing for something bigger.
Justin Mutz recorded a double-double and today named the ACC Scholar Athlete of the Year, while on the women's side, Elizabeth Kitley took those honors. 2022 NFL Scouting Combine takes place this week, and Liberty's Malik Willis, one of 14 top quarterback prospects in attendance, coming off a solid Senior Bowl performance. Lots of chatter about expectations, but the Sydney caller said, hey, wait a minute, can I first get on a team?
Just trying to make a team at the end of the day. You can't make all these goals that you can't keep. I hate that. I mean, so I'm just trying to, you know, get somewhere and make the team first. Then you can learn and try to, you know, do something else after that. But all these people like that think I'm finna go in here and be Rookie of the Year. I'm finna go in here and do this and that. You never played an NFL game. You sound like crazy. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I got one.
He certainly had one there. On-field workouts start tomorrow afternoon. He says he's only going to throw. He won't do any running at the Scouting Combine. Your news and notes: Giants release Kyle Rudolph and Devontae Booker. Cardinals extend their general manager and head coach. And the UVA women tip off with Wake Forest in just a matter of minutes down in the women's ACC tournament.
Okay, a lot going on in sports.
Indeed. Ramping up. A little bit of everything. Football, a little basketball. Lots of basketball, I should say.
Congrats to the signees, too, as well.
Yes, indeed.
Great to see you. NBC Nightly News is coming up next.
We will see you back here at 7.